I'm just waiting on Boots and Giddy to come up into the boxes. And whoever else, any guests want to come up, we're going to be talking about the 22nd. Wait, a few people comes in. How are we, Jerry? Just waiting for Boots and Giddy to come in. We'll be talking about the 22nd. Inviting people into the boxes if you want to talk. Now stuff like that about the 22nd. Sorry, Frank, we won't be talking with the Joes. But the 22nd, yeah, that's what we'll be talking about. I'm just waiting for the two boys to come in. I want to bang the link out there for them. Whoever else wants to join, more than welcome when the boys come into the box. And now, what's the story, Hackman? Just waiting for the Boots and Giddy lad to come into the box. And they coming on Saturday. Or Sunday, sorry, Sunday. Keeps on saying Saturday. Sunday. They coming on Sunday. Says I went to some bleeding protest last night. No, the one over in Tala. I left my house, but I gave myself 2.5 hours to get there. And I still didn't even make it on time. That's why I didn't go live at it yesterday. Because I was way too late. To be honest with you, what happened was I got as far as Bellegarde and I said to some young fella, I said, which one do I jump on here to get to the industrial estate? The, what's it called? Cookstown Industrial Estate. And he said, make sure you get off the second one, and it's that one there. So I said, right, so there's two platforms, there's a left and a right. So he pointed it towards the right one. So I sat there on the seat, looking down the road. Next minute I seen this Lewis coming down the corner. So happy days, must be my one. No, I went to the track behind me. So I said, right, it's not that one. And I looked up at the yoke and it says, yeah, Joe. And next one, another one came, went by me at the back of me. I said, hey, what the fuck's the story here? I'm still standing here and my Lewis hasn't came yet. Then a third one came. I said, this has to be some red Lewis seen it come to the distance. And I went behind me again. And I said, here, what's the fucking story? So I said it to this couple behind me. I says, is this the Lewis? The Lewis was still there, the doors were open. Is this the Lewis to Cookstown? They were like, yeah. Jump on that one there. I guess the Cookstown. So happy days. So these two people on the Lewis heard me. Fella in front of me and a fella sitting kind of a few seats back. And he said to me, you trying to get to Cookstown? Yeah, it's the next stop. But the owner that told me it's 2 stops after. So I was there, right. The owner told me 2 stops. He said, no, it's 1 stop. Your man says to me. So I said, right. The other fella confirmed it. So I said, right, get off the bleeding Lewis, and I had to bleeding walk him with. Jesus, it was a disaster. The time I got there, it was probably 15, 20 minutes to go. I knew they were heading off at 7:30. And I was saying, all that travel. For what? Yeah, I'm looking forward to Sunday, Jerry, myself. Can't wait for it. I won't have to walk as far. No. Because that was the disaster. I left my house and I still wasn't, what 2.5 hours to get there. It took me nearly, 2 hours to get there? Over 2 hours. 2.5 hours to get there. Oh, disaster, Jerry. But I had to laugh. I mean, because I was sitting there till I was bleeding like a gobshite. Could have been sitting there all night. I'm just not used to that red line. But yeah, fair play to the women. They went out and bought jackets and all, new jackets for their little group that they're over there. But I don't know, has a sign outside the building saying that this is not going to be an iPass centre. They do have security there, the fencing going around it. So nobody really knows. They still think that it will be. It's this young for this squad training Sunday at the High Performance Unit National Stadium 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Obviously, you won't be able to make it over. I'll be over. Yeah, could be over by then. Yeah, I've never been on the Lewis, believe it or not. I'm only trying to get used to it now, Jerry. You know, since the car's gone. I'm sure I have to walk 2.5 kilometers to get to the Lewis line. Yeah, before they go into town. It's 2.5 kilometer walk and 2.5 kilometer back to my house. I need one of those little small, what do you call it? Electric bikes. Get me down to the Lewis line like that. I was out there last night. I was coming back on the bus. I got the bus back, and I was walking up from the hotel that's close to me, and I looked around the corner. There's a scout stand there, and it was sunny out, and the scouts were out doing what do you call it? Pitching up tents and stuff like that. And there was these 3 foreigners sitting in the field drinking. And it's the stance, it's the way they were sitting. They were sitting facing them. And this fella he didn't point the camera at them. My phone was misdead, so I couldn't even record any of this. But I shouted down to him, get the fuck out of there. And next minute, one of them stood up and said, whatever, he shouted back. And I just said, right, I better knock it down the street against me. And we just kept on going. But I said to people when I got home, people from around the area, keep an eye down there, because this is what happened before. We found people on the other side of the building, the other side of the scout stand, and they were drinking as well. And why are they so attached to that building? That field goes on for about 0.5 kilometre. Why don't they sit down the other end? It's scary. I was once only from Houston town. Sure, Jerry, KO, we were coming back there from Limerick. I tell you, we were only by a split second that we caught the train. Coming back. I ended up having a few drinks down there. Just past time. Let's get in the comments there, no? Don't see him. Triggered. No. I'll put the link back over them. Are you going in yourself, Jerry? On the Sunday? I've been listening to a few people on TikTok. They're making lives and telling people not to go to this protest because it's all about Malachi Stevenson. But I'd be saying to them, look, forget about how political side of it. Don't mind all these speeches and shit like that. Don't even, like, Patrick Quinlan, he's very good. But the rest of them, I don't know, don't mind all the speeches. Just get there just for the people. You can make the numbers. If it gets bigger, we can turn that 100,000, as they said it was, to 200,000 in the next year or two. We're starting to make a difference. We're starting to wake people up. Other countries are looking in. How are you, Lockery? What's the story? What's the story in the Bills, lad?
I've sent it over to them. Just now waiting for them to get onto it.
Say again?
I'm just waiting on Bills to get over to it. I sent them a message, but nothing just yet from him yet. I'm sure he'll say it when he comes in. You there, Mousy?
It's very low, whatever the fucking story is here, right there.
I'm up full blast.
Yeah, no, I can hear it now, yeah. How are you, Bernadette? How are you?
Hey, Bernadette. Hey, everybody actually on the live.
Every shot.
Good evening.
Have it up
So
about the 22nd, Sunday.
Sunday the 22nd, is that what we're talking about? Yeah.
Sunday the 22nd, yeah, that's the next real big protest.
Be there or be square. So fucking cliche, innit?
No, I was just saying that there's people on TikTok that we've been listening to a few of their lives and have been going up. I don't usually,
You're
you
right,
know,
Jerry.
yourself, man,
Sorry.
you never really see me jumping into lives on TikTok. But I have been jumping up there and now saying to people, don't mind what that person's saying. Get out there and support the people. Just to make the numbers up. That's the bigger the numbers we have, the more influence it's going to have on what we're trying to fight for. People keep on saying, "Don't get out there." Then you know what I mean. We're going to have smaller
There's
numbers.
a lot
People
of that
saying,
happening though, isn't there? There's a lot of fucking people saying we don't want this there, and don't turn up there, don't go to
"Yeah,
this protest, that protest. That's division, and that's what people need to understand. That's expected during this. You just need to be wide to it.
it's like yesterday, man. I was told I probably wouldn't be welcome in City West, so I never went
Yeah.
to City West, and I went to Tala instead because I knew I'd be welcome over there."
But you see,
Same
I
here.
could go to City West because I'm only from down the road from there.
Yeah,
No, but it's like they said that they didn't want the support from Southside says no, and they didn't want it from Talis says no. That they wanted to do their own
But
thing.
you see, and that's infiltrators again. So I mean, that's
Oh yeah,
people coming in going, "Oh wait, hang on, them people that's getting somewhere. We don't want that and got to do with them." How did they expect to get anywhere that they turn their backs on other fucking people who's out doing the exact same fucking thing as them? The whole country is going through this, and when people get it through their heads, you have to come together because you're not going to beat this like in pockets. It's going to be everybody come together.
but I think it's too late for them now, because I've been talking to people over in Tallinn that came from City West yesterday to
hold
their
on. Can I just
protest and said,
can
"I'm
I?
not going back there to support those people. They don't want support." And now,
Can I
now they're screaming out for it. Now that yesterday they were screaming out for more support, but people were saying, "No, you shouldn't us away the first two times. I mean, we won't be coming back to support us." That's what they
can I
were
just read
saying
this
yesterday. A
out?
few of the women.
First the hand that likes of Dave Mooney, Michael Healy, right, Seamus McInerney, make money from they're making money and boycott their shops and services and that you're right. Yeah, we should boycott them all. But it's a matter of getting everybody to do it.
The difference for food, animals. Everybody's just, definitely. How are you? Hope you're well.
Take the money from their pocket and trust me, they'll soon give up what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like I know it's a big want and a big ask, yeah. The likes of Dunn's and Tesco's, if we were to do that on them, say, look, we're not going to shop there and we're going to hold protests outside of our centres if you take on foreign nationals. I know that it seems bad and all that, but they are taking the foreign nationals over our own Irish people and people that are trying to get on the property ladder and people that are trying to get ahead in life and that have fucking
Well,
their families that pay taxes.
in fairness, Kitty, there is a lot of people that's been living here a long time, and there should be something coming down to, the ones that only arrived in the last, say, 3 years. If they're
Yeah,
getting taken on over the likes of Irish or that like that, they be protested on.
yeah. It's like, look out for the Irish, you know what I mean? That's what it kind of is. Like, just to give you an example here, right? And this is coming from, I can't divulge the actual shop, because it wouldn't be really fair. But they did take on a lot of foreigners. And I talked to the people that work there very well because I shop there quite a bit. And only in the last few weeks, there was a massive investigation. They were putting them on the tills. They were putting them on the floor. And they were noticing that stock was going missing and money from the tills was going missing. And 12 people were arrested by the Gardaí. And they were all foreign nationals.
Yeah, just off topic there for a second. Is Frankie in the comments, is he?
No.
Sorry, John. Frankie, are you there?
Everything he was saying came
How
through,
you
didn't
been?
I'm going to fucking shoot you where I am. Why, what do you want to talk to Frankie for?
No, well, he always had a topic about, what's going on now in the Middle East.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, you need to take that. You need to take that threat serious. Like if Iran gets that casing done around that plutonium, they're fucking the uranium. They're letting that go. There's going to be a nuke set off in the Middle East, and once one goes, another will go.
Yeah, and they're plenty far away from us.
I don't fucking think so. Like you think of it, like we're not too far from fucking England. Like, and they were if Iran starts like sending them fucking England's way, like they have ballistics.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Yeah, if they even attempt to go near the UK, right, they're going to be turned into a desert.
Well, I think that's going to be the thing, anyways, isn't it? Like they're already saying they have your man's location, the Ayatollah's location, and you can take him out.
Yeah,
like the Agenda 30 is really, really going to fucking happen.
Well, to be fair, I think personally, if people keep believing Agenda 2030 is going to happen, they're going to keep on believing it.
Well, Agenda 21 happened. Agenda 21 happened. That was COVID.
Oh, no.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
You should know better.
Go on, carry on there. Just carry on. Not about that, but whatever. Just carry on about what you're talking about. What you were talking about. Iran.
Yeah, well, I do think that, I thought Ukraine would have been one place to actually get it. But it looks like it's either going to be Iran or it's going to be Israel. One of them. But then again, don't they want to turn Palestine into a Riviera? So it could quite possibly be Palestine.
Yeah, well, that's what they're looking at doing. But what are they going to do? They're going to displace, like, is it 14 million people or something like that?
Well, look, I know we talk about legal migrants coming into this country, but if anything happens over in the Middle East, and they do really have to leave their land over there to come over here, like, prepare for the fucking wave.
Well, I don't think that we should prepare for anything. I think we should secure our own borders without the government say so.
I think some of the people over there, I don't know whether it's just the Western propaganda, but I've seen things of the people rising up in Iran because they want regime change.
Oh yeah, they want to cover every woman up, and they want to be able to slaughter women and bully them and tell them what to do.
No, the people are actually rising up and they want against the government, and they actually want the Islamic law removed from the country, because up until the 70s they were like any other country. Like they had freedom, like they could do what they wanted, the women could wear what they wanted, they could go to college and study and all. And then the Islamic took over in the 70s, and Jesus, well, it just became a big Islamic state.
That's fucking
mad. People over there that speak out like the way we're speaking out now, like, have like met a gruesome end.
I don't know, man.
That's what could happen here. If it keeps on going just the way it is, that's what could happen here.
That's just a taste of what they would bring if they did take control here. If they did take over the government here, they would change the law, like for like punishments, like public fucking punishments, back to the hanging days again. The reason why they stopped hanging people in this country because they were hanging too many innocent fucking people and finding out afterwards that they were innocent.
Yeah,
that's why they put a stop to it. Now, if these things come back fucking in. Like if these things come in and take a foothold in this country, like it's goodbye to everything that we know. Like as you know, there's three choices.
The small has control the narrative. Ask Frankie.
Frankie, he's still not in yet, though, is he?
Frankie, are you in here yet? Yeah, just
he's up there. He's fucking drunk.
He hasn't came in since the last time, and he wanted us to talk about
the last time.
Jews. He wanted to talk about the Jews, and I didn't want. I wanted to talk about Ireland. He goes, "This is affecting Ireland." I said, "Look, I want to talk about what's happening in Ireland now. This is what is happening in Ireland now." And look at he just went. I said, "Look at Frankie. I'm not talking about the Jews. I don't know from."
Can I put it this way? Yeah.
He's probably blue the fucking Jews over there.
Me and Mousy, right? Mousy done, I should say, is we looked up Triggered Podcast, yeah, to see how well we're doing at the moment. And when we put it in, they actually talk very highly of us and the way we speak about political issues and various different things. And it's actually like two-way traffic in this, that people can, come in and say what you want to say, and there's nothing abrupt. So we're heading on a clean, good channel. Yeah. So if everybody stays with us and keeps on with that way, it'll only get better and better and better. Do you know what I mean?
Didn't for me, Bill.
So,
You put me bleeding address up.
Huh?
You put me address up. Annoying.
Who?
AI.
don't say what one is.
I won't say which one it is, but AI, yeah. You put it up, man.
It is correct.
Oh,
Look,
fucking hell.
it's going around the country. We leave it to these idiots and we're fucked. Yeah, 100%, John. 110%. Like, if the people take it into their own hand. Picture it like this, right? I'm going to give you a scenario, as in the 1980s, the A-Team. Do you remember when the A-Team popped up behind you and you had a big fucking machine gun to the back of your head and saying, we're taking over? That's what the Irish should be doing.
Yeah, but they removed the gun out of the Irish hands years ago.
The A-Team shot a lot of bullets, didn't hit one person. There's one. Do you remember anybody ever getting shot in fucking the A-Team?
Nobody died, yeah.
And there was hundreds of bullets that went.
Every search it. I keep on saying search it, sorry.
Yeah,
What's
so
it
hands
again?
up in the comments here. Who's turning up on the 22nd of this Sunday?
You going in, Jono? Jono met me down in Limerick. Down Limerick that day.
100%, lads. John, lovely stuff. Is there anybody else? Anybody else turning up? Can you get people to turn up with you? We've got 3 seats. We have 2 seats spare and a boot in Boots' car. Anybody interested?
Fuck off, you tell them we bleed the seats again.
No, Woody Boots. I'll be slipping them into your boot on the Saturday night.
That's it, Jono. The more the merrier. Needs the numbers up.
It's like, put it this way, guys. If you have 1 or 2 friends that are coming, that brings 1 or 2 friends and ends up to be like 1 of 100, that's 500 if you bring 5 friends. And that's the way people should think about it. We want to make this one the biggest ever for this country to ever see. Do you know what I mean? Ideally, I was saying to people, I was ahead of myself last night and I forgot that was actually on Sunday. I thought it was happening on Saturday. And I was saying to everybody, turn up on Saturday over the Garden Remembrance and bring a tent and stay there for the following morning, just to make it more corrupt for the fucking Garda to have to do more than what it is.
You think McGregor's
You
going to show
wouldn't
make
get an hour's bleeding piece of them.
No, you probably wouldn't get an hour's peace, but listen, if you get a few thousand people up there and the Garden Remembrance on Saturday night, yeah, say get up there for about, say, 7:30 or something like that. So that gives everybody a bit of time on Saturday to finish to do what they're doing and end up there and just like a peaceful sit-down protest before a big protest the following morning. I'm sure there's plenty of people travelling from Cork because we went to Cork to travel there to help them. Limerick, Mousy went to Limerick to help them. So we want the favour paid, Limerick and Cork.
Oh, people are coming down. So,
I think they did repay when they all came to the one in Dublin.
Yeah.
So that fella was telling me on TikTok, and he says that he's bringing his mother, who's 73 years old, with him from Limerick. I was telling him down there. Yeah, he says that Mousy, I'll be with me mother, 73, so we'll be walking slow. I say, yeah, no worries, man. Yeah. So he says, you meet me down there in Dublin. You give me a ring.
I'm still trying to bring the family in with me. Mrs. not too wanting to do it too much, but I said, like, I might bring the uncle with me. I don't know, because it's not going to kick off. It's, as everybody knows, it's peaceful.
The way it was the last time, yeah. Just hopefully we get the same numbers or bigger.
Well, but it is estimated that it's twice the size this time.
I don't think we're going to get twice the size. That's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. But I don't see 200,000 people turning up.
Are you turning up early, Mousy, or are you turning up late?
We turned up early. I'll be there probably 2 hours or an hour beforehand. Yeah.
Boots? Early or late?
I'm going away on the weekend anyway, so I'm going to what time I'm back at on Sunday.
You're not going?
I don't know what time I'm back at on Sunday.
So how are we going to get down there, Giddy? You're fucked.
I'm going to get down anyway. I'll get down. There's no worry about that. I'll be definitely down. 100%.
You definitely got to lead the lift, guarantee on that.
Who?
You.
No, I don't mind getting a taxi in.
He just walks out, he's in the neighbour's car. Yeah, come on, we're going to protest.
I'm already on that. I'm trying to actually get in touch with the people who've done the rolling protest and see if they'll all come in the cars just to block off the keys or something like that.
Jeez, in Dublin City, they have a one-way system now, haven't they?
Yeah, imagine that all stopped to a standstill as well. Imagine we got half and half.
But because it's a one-way system, like you could literally block one road, and it would send a fucking backlog the whole way back. You wouldn't have to actually go out and say bring any cars or that in. Just block one fucking road coming into it, and that would send a backlog the whole way back.
You're not going to get any sunshine on Sunday, Boots. You're not going to have any burned head. You're going to be fucking gutted you didn't go.
Yeah, what you call Limerick was brilliant. It was, Boots. You would have loved it.
Yeah, I was looking at it. The weather was bleeding. It was just spitting rain.
That was the only thing. Yeah, man. The umbrella was up and down. It was like a fucking yo-yo. It was. Didn't know what to be doing with it.
Well, I still have your umbrella here.
Have you seen the weather for Sunday?
Yeah. I'm hoping it's like this.
You what?
I'm hoping it's like this, is it?
Well, they're saying highs at 26.
Happy days. Jeez, man. Remember the last time? The last time was like a fucking heat track in between the crowd.
But
tomorrow was 28, Giddy.
Tomorrow, yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Tomorrow be a day for diving into the canal.
I'll be out in my Speedos in the front garden. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Yeah, but on a serious note, I really just, when it comes to Sunday, I just hope, because I'm going to turn up early myself, to be fair, because McGregor is going to be there as far as I'm aware. Because he's coming back or something from, I don't know the full story yet. I'll wait until I get the full proper story before I say that, because believably he might show his appearance, I don't know. But Tommy Robinson's supposed to be there on the 22nd.
Who was saying that?
Yeah. He's not coming to speak or that like that. He's coming to document what's going on.
It'll be fucking interesting.
You what?
That'd be interesting.
It'd be very, very interesting. I'd say that's going to pull a massive crowd as well, with two people like that turning up. And I don't know who else, all the parties are turning up together as well. All the same O groups are going to be there. Do you know what I mean? And nobody's there for the fucking, Maliki or that like that. People are there for their own accord. If you turn up to be there, you're there. You know what I mean?
Maliki probably give a fucking speech or whatever. Maliki probably give a speech or whatever, but everybody just needs to be there to fill a space on the fucking street.
Patrick Quinlan knows how to throw a good speech, so we don't mind there standing there listening to him. But the rest, wouldn't care about them, man.
What do you mean, Paul? No, agree, no jab. Fuck Tommy. I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, look at Tommy Robinson over in England is at the exposing an awful lot of things, like with young girls that was being covered up by the fucking police, the people who was meant to protect them. You know, the same is happening over here.
You see, they're going to hand what you call it? They're going to start reprimanding the people who were involved on that now. It was there out in the week that because of what Tommy done, they're actually going to reprimand the people that the police that were involved and the social services that were involved that didn't do anything about it at the very time when they should have.
Yeah, because they were all afraid of being called racist, so they went along with it.
Yeah, fuck that. You don't stand back from things like that there.
They're meant to be the fucking police. They're meant to be the ones that they abide the law. And if they're not abiding by it, do they expect the fucking public to sit by it and allow it to happen? Like, if Tommy Robinson didn't speak out, who would fucking speak out? Who would be talking about it now?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, you see...
It'd be much worse.
Now, a lot of people step back and see... Right, so let's do a little bit of history with Tommy, yeah? So Tommy sat there with Johnny Adair shaking hands with him, yeah? You have to look at these different points, right? He done an interview and nearly cried and hugged Johnny Adair, of all the people in the world, right? He also sat with loyalists in pubs and documented that as well, right? But favoured him. And don't forget Soldier F and all this sort of stuff. He supported that back in the day when it first started off. He took off all his colours, if you like to call it, from then after and turned his attention to his country because he's seen what's happening to it with the Muslims and Islam and the grooming gangs and everything else. Now, everybody has a history of whatever they've done in their life, but you can't hold everything that they've done against them. Do you know what I mean?
Every day you bet. How to come up with... He wants to come up with it. I'll send out your link for you.
Who's this?
Not sure. Captain Ibrahim. Not sure who it is. That's the link there. Just see how the crack is.
Oh, it's Ibby.
Ibby.
Yeah. Ibby, if you click on the link when he puts it in, you can pop up.
Yeah, step out your camera, turn your camera on, Ibby, just and then turn it off as you get into the live.
He's not bothered about showing his face. He's not.
Yeah, but then just turn it off as you get into the live. If you want to. You can leave your camera.
Gav that looks like support for fighting court cases and then pleads guilty when the money Tommy Robinson. Right, Paul, he's actually have a little deeper look into him, Paul. That's my advice to you. You can't take everything at face value, obviously. I understand where you're going with that, right? But the guy was in solitary confinement for, I think it was something like 6 or 8 weeks or something like that, right? That's a long time for anybody to be in solitary confinement. How that didn't mince his brain up is beyond me, right? And second of all, regards him being paid by Zionists or paid by Jews or whatever you want to bleed and say, I don't think he is. Because if he is being paid that sort of money and he's getting this, that, and the other, why has he not got big bleeding Range Rovers, brand new big gaff, living the life of luxury in Spain? He goes on average holidays with his family. He has an average house. He has an average car. He doesn't have anything that's spectacular unless he's squandering it all away and waiting until he's about 50 or something like that and go, oh, well, I'm out here now. You got to look at these little things. I'm doing this shit years and I didn't need to look into Tommy anymore. Not for me. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a way of looking at things, Paul, because anybody that's truthfully putting the word out what's happening, anything that happens in England, it's going to happen here. And if we can catch it before it hits our country, do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm on about. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see these things caught out before they hit our country.
Well, don't you come up, Paul? Just say a few words and then jump back down if you want to. Or lady, either one, whatever.
Ibby!
Hi guys,
And as well, everyone, how are you?
I'm good. So that's like my real name. So like it's out there. You all know it now. So
What, your
yeah,
real name?
yeah, Captain Ibrahim. So my name is actually Ibrahim. I just have myself as Ibby. though, for short.
7 months. John was saying there about Tommy. It's here and there, and anyway, it doesn't really matter. And we're just saying that the guy has pulled out a lot of things out of the hat, and he's done a lot of good. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson and Conor McGregor in the Bahamas and Beach and don't give a shit that's a bill. Yeah, well, I kind of agree with you, Lockery, on McGregor side. I don't know much about Tommy Robinson. I don't look into him myself. But
Well,
Conor
they have enough
McGregor,
money.
yeah, he's only
Well,
jumping into the bandwagon now. The last protest, 26th. Where was he before all that? But now he does have a voice. Don't get me wrong, mate. He has a voice. He's bigger than fucking anybody here. Platforms, all our platforms put together. That's the only reason that I liked what he said over in America. Is he has a platform. I don't have his platform. But I'd say would have saying the same words as him. Wouldn't be any different. So what's he doing other than he's put a bus or two out for people, gave people a few free points.
And one thing, I don't think Tommy is a Jewish puppet. I think that was the propaganda that went out about him after he started fucking exposing all the Muslims.
You say the clergy plan, but that's what the clergy plan is. Islam is the clergy plan, Paul, if you think about it. They're coming in and they're multiplying in our country. Yeah. I was actually talking about this today. I was on Rain's live.
So, well, yeah, wasn't it? That what you wanted the no vote for? So Muhammad can bring in these 4 wives and have fucking 8 or 9 kids in each fucking one. Yeah. Each house, 4 different payments, 4 houses.
How each Ireland?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what we're all about. Like, this is like what's happening with the country that people don't seem to be facing up to. You know what I mean? We need to start facing up to these things.
I was on Rain's live there earlier as well. I asked this Muslim fella. I said, like, what is it about them coming here and wanting to go to our sacred places, you know, to pray? I said, would they allow Christians to go to Mecca and pray at the Black Rock? Do you know what I mean? And some fellas straight away said they wouldn't have fucking shite would they allow that.
There's a fella on TikTok, doesn't he go to Garden Remembrance every morning and take all the bottles that's been thrown in there? He must collect about 30 bottles that's just been thrown into Garden Remembrance from, I'd say, mainly migrants, because I wouldn't say the Irish disrespect their own.
Yeah, Paul, it's a takeover of the white race. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're destroying the place.
And they will. They'll keep on the destruction. They'll keep on going and going and going. They won't stop. They don't care about this country. Nobody cares about this country. Only the people who live in it. And
our ways are their enemy. You know, they lie and deceive. Like, they want to come in here and do it without a gun. They'll absorb the place. And already, that's what I said. The men will come out and the men will push and push and push. And then when people get annoyed, they send the women out to say that they're unfair. And the women are so unfair. Why don't you speak up to the fucking men? Because you know exactly what will happen to them if they do.
And
say all right.
I want
just
to
say,
sort of
sorry,
answer.
Ibby, just 1 second there. Just 1 second. So, Ibby, can you just announce the original? Where are you from originally?
So, like, I'm from Ireland, but like, I'm Muslim. My dad's Pakistani, so I'm half and half.
Right, and can you explain how the Muslim religion works? Right, so today,
I don't know what happened there.
Is he still there?
I don't know what happened. You must have pressed something.
Is he dropped out?
Yeah, you can come back up anyway.
Just click the link back in if you're there. But hold on, just let me finish off what I'm saying here, guys.
Yeah, there
he is.
Right,
so what was the question again?
Sorry, Ibby, just you can answer on this. Just let me when it's all in my mind and I have it going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, there was a woman that was up there today talking on that live, right? And this is a young girl, like she's about 21, 22 years of age. She decided to turn to Islam when she was 13. Her mother is from Morocco. Her father is from Limerick. Okay. Father didn't want her to be involved with that. And mother was no way near wanting her to do that either. Okay. But the people who were surrounding her were family and brothers and friends that were all Muslim that bring her into this, right? So there's a story to go with this, right? So we all talk about Aisha, yeah? So just to give you an example, right? She was actually adamant, and this is no word of lie, that it's like a contract from when you're a child that your mother, your father, the I'm gonna say the priest, the I am or whatever he's called, agree with
The
the
demon.
woman, the who?
Demon.
Right. Well, ever what that is, right? So what I'm saying is, right, they all agree with the child being taken in marriage, okay? And what they do is, so that Iman or whatever the fuck he is, the mother, the father, and the husband to be, right? If that child is 9 years old, okay, they actually inspect her and see when she's ready, okay? And when she's ready, then once she has that little bit of blood, as everybody knows, right? Then she's safe for intercourse, okay? And a lot of young girls that age uh, do die of internal bleeding because of it, right? As we know, that's like pure sick, as we know, right? So that's what Islam wants to agree to. And if you don't agree with that, right, as an outsider, if you don't agree with that, and the parents didn't agree with that even, or the child didn't agree with it, they actually think that the child can assess this themselves and say, yes, mum, yes, dad, I want to be with this 40-year-old man. And when I'm old enough, I can have babies with him. Yeah, that's what she tried to portray for us. But then she actually spoke truthfully and said, if the child is ready at 10, 11 years of age, that's absolutely fine to have a child with that baby. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is what I don't want to see come into this country. Okay. And it's no offense against the people who don't want to see that within the Muslim community, right? But a very big majority of it is part of Sharia law. And that's what is the cause of this, the fear of saying no and being outcasted. So this girl in particular was, bring into the gang, and she was told that she's doing great and she's learning everything about Islam, and she actually agrees with it. So 8 years she was agreeing to all this, yeah. And this is what like kind of came of all this, right? So what I'm saying to you here on this live now is, in 4 or 5 years' time, as only as short as that, these people will come in and outbreed because they're breeding from a very early age, and they'll do it behind closed doors, regardless of the age of the child, right?
So
Yeah, obviously.
that's what's happening in the West already, isn't it?
Yeah,
Can
but hold on. There's more to this story. Just bear with me, because I'll lose track. So, if they have a child here, right, just to give you an example, and the child is, say, 13, maybe 12, 13 years of age, and it happens to get pregnant, okay, they'll bring that child back to maybe Pakistan, maybe Afghanistan, maybe whatever country that like that child is from, yeah, or that family's from, and they'll keep her there until the child is born, because what they'll do is then they'll get an older woman over there to come back with that child and say it's theirs, because they know the laws in our country don't permit it.
What's the story, if you know? Go on, that's the Wabi, is it?
Sorry.
You were talking to Ibi there, were you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ibi.
I'll answer that.
What
Just give me 5 minutes. I need
so
to
what
answer
I said
email.
there, Ibi, to all that, would you concur with that, or would you say there's something different about it?
So I I won't disagree with you. I'm against it and stuff, and
Just be truthful.
I have my answer ready. Like, I just need to answer 2 or 3 emails, and I will answer this because it is something that is a bit misunderstood as well. But I do want to answer it. If you can just give me like 5 minutes tops, and I'll be back to answer this, please.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah,
No
Yeah,
go
problem.
on, yeah.
yeah.
So, guys, that's what I'm saying. Like that, just that little
Did he say
part
he's
of
going
what
to
I'm
answer
saying.
emails or something, did he?
Yeah, answer him. He's probably still walking.
Are we on to a B02 operator here?
How do you know him, Giddy? Anyway, how do you know Ibi?
He does be in the TikTok lives. I actually have him in, and he's a very nice lad. And he kind of he's how can I put it? He's half and half, and you could call him fucking like nearly literally Irish because he has no filter either. Do you know what I mean? Says what he has to say in the right way. Do you know what I mean? He won't listen to the bullshit rhetoric coming from people that are here without documents because he'll just call them out on it. Do you know what I mean? Tell them straight how it's done and how he's here. Do you know what I mean? And it's if you try lying about anything, he'll call you out on it. Do you know what I mean? That's why I like him. I'd say when he comes back in, hopefully he'll, like he said, somewhat he agrees, but we don't understood it. We misunderstood it.
Are we, Jasmine?
Well, to be fair, Paul, we can let up who we want to let up, and it's not being stupid letting them up because then we hear from another side. Do you know what I mean? It's an opposition. Well, not even an opposition, really, to be fair, but it's slightly. Do you know what I mean? So we can actually get the facts.
Engineer working for payment PSB call for scamming people on behalf of the blacks. Gang. The Black Axe Gang, never even heard of them.
Yeah, the Black Axe Gang come from Northern Africa.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
sorry,
That,
from
yeah, the
Nigeria.
payment PSB. There wasn't that fucking. There was money going missing out people's accounts. I actually put a report in about that about 2 years ago. I
Yeah,
said I emailed them and I said, look, I said there was money got missing out my account. And they left it a few days and then they come back and said, no, we checked it and all, there was nothing gone out of it. I said, no fucking was. I checked on the Sunday night. I said, on the Sunday morning, I said, there was a good fucking chunk of it gone. Well, pennies.
Well, the Black Axe
I'm
Gang
not rich before people think it. It was like about fucking, it was about €80 or something gone out of it.
Nigerian, that's right. Nigerian scammers, massive all over the world. You were. This is what I'm saying. That's all these people do. You know what I mean? Call out Judge Nolan. He's a yeah. Well, we all know that. And anyway, you don't have to tell us that. Fuck me, man. Can't stand Judge
Yeah,
Nolan.
when you think Judge Nolan is sending them out onto the streets so the people rise up and they get more laws in, that's exactly what they're trying to do. Why would they be letting these people walk free out of court all the time?
Well, it's not that ordinary decent criminals are getting locked up for a long time for fucking little shitty things and, well, even bigger things. But when people come
I
and
don't know.
them,
I wish it was a few fucking grand.
yeah, when people start doing things to children or women,
Probably about
and
40
listen, I
cents, I know.
100% agree with you.
It was totally fucking 5 cents.
I want me money now.
Giddy, could I just answer that question that you were talking about like a few minutes ago, that topic?
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm against like most of the stuff in my religion, and I don't care what people say because it's wrong, I think. But I don't fully understand. I'm going to be honest. Myself don't fully understand my religion. Like people on TikTok show these verses about the child stuff and stuff, and like I don't know how familiar people are with watching news in Pakistan, but they've tried to ban, these child marriages because of the amount of children that have started dying and stuff. And I'm not lying about this. You can look it up. The party is called TLP, and they're like, you can say a religious party and a terrorist group. But when it comes to religion, they don't like. They go against it and they sometimes support stuff, but they've stopped. Like they're trying to get it banned because they've had enough of the amount of stuff that's happening. Children being abducted and being forced to get married and stuff. It's wrong in a way, but like I don't know my own religion, but I'm against half the stuff. Like there was a recent topic on TikTok where a guy said, "Oh, that your religion permits you to beat your wife for this and that reason." I said that no, it's not. I said if you look it up, a woman has grounds to refuse stuff if she wants, same as the man. The man has a right to refuse as well. but that doesn't give the right that you can beat someone up just because you refused something. So like, it's quite
Can I just stop you there for a second, Ibby? Just
yeah,
in the middle of what you're doing there, yeah. So
yeah,
I understand what you're saying about the women and everything else, right?
yeah,
So just to give people more perspective that's on the show here tonight, right?
yeah.
We
Ibby,
thought,
your family's from Pakistan, is that correct?
No, I was born in Ireland,
oh,
but
good, bro.
I moved back to Pakistan when the recession hit, and I only came back about 3 years ago, roughly.
Right. So Agma's like you're from Pakistan. So
Yeah,
Pakistan
fucking
and
recession
Islam.
dodger.
Hold on, just 1 second, guys. Let me keep going here. So
Not if you know the money messing with him.
No worries.
fuck, I lost it. No, and I'm trying to make a differentiation between two different things. So if you go Afghanistan, the women are controlled there, right?
No, no
And
doubt. I won't argue with you there. That's
yeah,
very
Well,
bad.
yeah,
Kuwait,
yeah.
Saudi
Yeah, I
Arabia,
was going to say that.
Iraq,
It's different in different countries,
Syria,
isn't it?
But it's still fucking Islam. That's
Yemen,
what I'm saying.
But can I
No,
just say
Iran.
something? Can I just say something, Boots? About Saudi. Saudi used to be very strict. It has gone a bit lenient. I'll tell you why. Before, women weren't allowed to drive, but now women can drive. For example, over there, they're allowed to go and get their license and freely drive around. Whereas before, women were never allowed to do that. So I just want to point it out there. Like Saudi, I don't think is like that strict, but it's also lenient. But because Afghanistan is run
because
by
the
the
world is
Taliban.
looking in on Saudi Arabia. That's why.
Yeah, but you can't control the Taliban or even fucking challenge them because they will annihilate whoever
Yeah, I
even
know.
tries it.
Like this is what I'm trying to say, Ibby. So the tribal area of Afghanistan,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So you understand what I mean now, yeah?
yeah. No, I
Uh,
completely understand.
yeah. So those three areas of that area of the tribal area of Afghanistan. If you're a woman, right, a woman's not even allowed to talk to another woman while under the mask, and if they are caught, they could be whipped for it. Literally, it's
Yeah,
so severe. It's like a woman's life could be taken because of the man
yeah,
controlling. And if you done something to, like, if you went off
Yeah,
with another
Giddy,
man, say,
Giddy. Can I just stop you there for a second?
go on.
I just got a yoke here called, right, a thing, deportation amnesty for children in Irish. Right, family and friends, please sign this important petition. I have started to demand a deportation amnesty for children and their families who have been in this Irish school system for a year or more. Though community work, we are linked with people whose children were traumatised after being deported, some of whom have been in school in Ireland for over 3 years. These children should not be punished for systemic failing of the Irish asylum system. So we have a thing here,
Yeah, go
that's
on.
the lefty thing, a lefty thing they're putting out there to stop the deportation. So they're using the thing for about children. Do you know what I mean? So they don't give a bollocks about children when it comes to the Irish children, but when it comes to the migrants, you have to feel sorry for them because they're getting sent home to where they fucking came from. Yeah, I
Actually,
do agree. You are traumatized. You are traumatized getting here. You shouldn't have been ever put through it. But send them fucking back to where they're comfortable.
yeah,
You all
well,
have free medical care.
yeah, it's
like
not that. It's like a lot of things that are not looked at with this is, right?
Yeah, John,
So
I'm trying to play on the heartstrings, yeah?
let me explain something to you, right? When people hit this country from the likes of, like, I don't mean to be out here, Ibby, so don't take any offense to
yeah,
it, right? So if you're coming
yeah,
from Afghanistan or you're coming from Pakistan or wherever these countries, right? The women are then told on the way on that plane, literally, I wouldn't be surprised they're in the toilet having a bit, like, you know what I mean? Literally to make a baby. Because as
yeah.
soon as they
No,
get into this country, and if they last 5 years in this country, and they have a baby in this country, that it grows stronger for them to be able to stay. Do you
Well,
understand?
according to these fucking new clowns, what's it? If they get a tin whistle and they can play it, they're fucking Irish. Like,
They
um,
that's
can
the
do
new
Irish
narrative
anything.
going out there now.
can I also, I just want to discuss another topic since like we're discussing like the way Islam and the children stuff. I just want to discuss something as well, because most I'm not offending any of us Irish people, but I just want to point it out there that they're quick enough, like, to attack Islam and like Muslims. There is good ones and there is bad ones, but most people seem to forget as well that it's much worse, I'd say, in Roma, these children marriages, than anything, in my opinion, like, because they practice it very openly,
Yeah,
like, and I
I know
think
what you're saying.
it's legal there as well. Like, that's also a very big issue. Like, um,
Yeah, but
I
all fairness, we don't want these Romanians in because
yeah,
we know what they're doing to our country. But the
yeah,
thing is, they're part of Europe, so we have no say. Europe and our government, like our government, licks the balls of Europe. Do you get what I'm saying? And if
yeah.
they
No, I
didn't,
can, no, I can,
if we shut our own borders, we had kept our own money and we had been self sufficient, we'd have having none of that. And like
yeah,
literally, there wouldn't be anybody coming in.
yeah. No, I completely agree. But
Okay, Jerry.
since you mentioned the border there, can I, like, I think it's going to turn into a sensitive topic, but do you think Ireland is going to, like, with the way the war is going on, that they're going to welcome people from Israel, or they leave it out after the way what they've done to Gaza, because they won't want?
Well, sorry, did you say welcome people from Israel?
Yeah,
Like, to be fair, Eddie, like, I'll put my hand on my heart here, right? And I'll say this with fucking
I
chest.
agree to hear Billy John. How are you?
We don't care about what Israel does or Palestine.
yeah,
Uh, I, I'm not being bad when I say this. I care about my own country. I
yeah.
don't
No,
care about these countries because at the end of the day, whatever America wants to do with them and Britain wants to do with them, that's nothing to do with us. You see, we're being pulled in to something that's nothing to do with us. Like, there's people that came into this country, right, Ibby? So, as you can just get an example,
yeah,
we had a guy that stood behind the gate and he started calling us all colonizers. He started saying that it's our fault because we took all their minerals and we took all their goods and the things. And he thought we were English. We're not
but
English. We
yeah,
never
no, no
colonized
doubt.
anybody in our life. We went through the oppression ourselves.
No, Paul.
Like, we went through a genocide. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, but
We're going through, and we're going through another fucking genocide now at the minute.
yeah,
Because
but
how could
no,
you call this anything but when we're being told to be tolerant when other and respect the aggressors coming in? Or we
but
face jail if we stand up against them. Like, so to me, that is a fucking genocide in itself.
but
Because
both.
it's forcing us out.
But my question, Giddy, I sort of, maybe I worded it incorrectly. You know, the way we already have an immigration problem and we're taking asylum seekers in. My question was, do you think that we will take more people in, like, from the likes of that country, because they'll be like, oh, they're at war, so we need to bring them in and get them and put them up in an IPA center and stuff. That's sort of what my, like, I was
no,
trying to
I know
sort of
what you're
say
saying.
it.
No, you see, they bought a centre, right? They bought City West for 149 million, right?
Yeah, that was a
Trying to act like that.
disgrace.
Yeah, right. So if you look at it like this, right, that 149 million, we have 16,000, just say, homeless people in this country. Not to mention probably people that are out walking in an average job, trying to save their balls off to get a house and try to get on the ladder.
Yeah,
People forget about them people. They're part of the homeless situation as well. So what I'm saying to you is, like, they need to sort out the infrastructure in this country. They need to sort out the homeless in this country, get it down to near enough zero homeless in this country. And then probably in the future think about opening borders.
Amy, did you say you're from Limerick?
no, I was, so how do I put it? I was born, I think it was in, was some maternity hospital in Dublin at some St. Ladies or something. I was born there and I grew up as a child in Jobstown, Tala.
All right, what part?
Jobstown, that's all I know as a child. I grew up there. That's it. Um, I lived in Navan as well, and before I moved back to Pakistan when the recession hit, I was living in Tipperary in Jordan.
So you're being basically all over the place, Ivy.
Yeah, a bit of countryside and yeah, so
It still sounds like you came in 2 months ago.
no, I'll soon be able to have a nice accent again. Soon.
He's 6'2" and he's an accountant.
Yeah. Wait. Pure Irish accent.
No,
Would you really
I
go
think you're
here?
watching
Paul.
that Bollywood too
You're
much.
really born here. You know, if you go to an Irish school, you expect to pick up the lingo. You know what I mean?
You know, I've
Uh,
like
How old are you? Abby, how old are you?
I'm 26 and a half.
So you would have grew up in Sundale.
What do you mean?
Well,
What was that joke?
oh,
No, I don't think he understands what you mean, Boots. He's saying that
he
he lived
does.
there when he was a
how are you,
baby
Scott?
child.
Yeah. He knows what I'm talking about.
Um, I just want to address Paul O'Neill's comment. Paul O'Neill, I've been watching
Boy,
many
Sundale,
videos on.
Plan.
I just want to address, sorry, Paul O'Neill's comment there, like reply to it in a nice way. Paul O'Neill, Ireland has always had a housing crisis. If you look back in 1980, there was houses in Clonmel that were going for 12,000. I think they reduced them down to 4,000 because they couldn't sell them at that time as well. So either it's a shortage of houses or it's the affordability. It's like these two things, like it's a heavy debate, but it's like it's just very hard to sort of argue it out, to be fair, this crisis at the moment.
But they'll come on the news and they'll say to us, the Irish people, that we have a housing crisis, and you can just look around us, and there's places going up everywhere, popping up everywhere.
Sure, we had a fucking brick shortage as well back in the 1980s because people went around the city centre robbing the walls off the Liffey and God knows what so they could build their houses. So that's how bad things were back then. So I don't know how bad they are now.
We don't have enough builders, believe me. That's what they're saying. And the money
Yeah.
that we're paying out to build that, it's costing millions. Uh, Look at the children's hospital, still not built. It's the most dearest hospital in the world.
Apparently,
Do you know
I
what I mean?
read an article on that. Yeah.
How ironic that a hospital built so close to the docks. For the country, like the tunnels slipping in now of the city. Why is it taking so long for it to build? What's under it that they're fucking still constructing?
It's, you see over here, apparently there's so many safety issues. Oh, we have to inspect all the
But look
floors.
at
We have to see the
sorry, no,
wires.
look at the new children's hospital from an aerial view, and it's a lizard's eye. It's a fucking lizard's eye.
To be honest, I don't know
What the
what's
fuck
going
shape
on.
that?
You won't understand any of that when you're talking about Boots.
But like, I
Probably
don't
nobody in the
think,
comments either.
since we're talking about the housing crisis and we're talking about that hospital thing, what are your guys' opinion that we're already in a pre-recession and the recession hasn't hit yet again? Apparently, we are in a pre-recession. Like lots of people I've been having
Yeah, well,
this talk
it
with.
is. It's going the way it was in 2006. You can
Yeah,
see, everything is starting to, people stop spending, and well, that's the way they'll put it out. And then
Supermarket
before
prices
you
have
know
gone
it,
up.
there'll be a big crash. Because
like
2007, do you remember 2007? People were rushing to the banks to get their money out of it, and the banks hadn't got it because it was all made up. It was all just numbers on a computer. There was no actual cash there to give them out. And
exactly,
And
but they
the
went in,
government had the
all the,
bailout.
the banks all crashed after it. I remember your man, was it Fitzsimons or fucking Fitzmaurice? I forget what his name was. But he got fucking let off. He done the country out, I think, fucking like millions and millions and millions, like an awful fucking lot. And he was let off. He was let keep fucking everything that he had, everything that he bought out of money.
Yeah,
you know, like I, as a child, I like used to be like, I'm very keen to work, and we used to have a coffee shop. I worked my fucking ass off for nearly three years. I saved up, I think it was either 10,000 or it was
Don't tell me you
15,000.
won't get a steak cake.
And no, it wasn't a Circle K, but it was our own coffee shop. Before the recession, we
That's the
closed it
news,
down.
something like that.
But I lost 15K back in 2007 as a child, and it's one thing I will never fucking forgive Bank of Ireland for fucking for losing my money as a child. It's as if
You
I
see,
was
when the
fucking,
recession kicked in, I was already broke, so I had fuck all power over me. But I did watch the world crumble.
yeah, no. It's sad.
yeah. It was like people that bought the house just before the recession that happened last time. They bought it for like say because we everybody thought about the Celtic Tiger, thought they were in the money, and they bought that house for like say 400 grand. And when they bought it for 400 grand, and then this came in, and the Celtic Tiger went out the window, people were left with mortgages of €1,000 a month, and with a way smaller wage. Social welfare was dropped. Everything was dropped in the country that nobody had no money
Well,
to
yeah,
spend.
I hate the news shock I get you, right? People are all kicked up about getting the minimum wage rose, and they did do it. But now you have an awful lot of competition coming in that's living in tents. Will put extra hours in. They're pushing the Irish out of them jobs. I don't give a
No,
fuck if people are coming in going, they took our jobs.
no, I won't lie about that. Like
That's a
it's
question for
honestly
you, Ibi. That's a question for you there in the blue.
KO
What's that?
because it was invested in shares. At that time, I was underage, so I told my parents that let's go ahead that if I'm going to make money off of it, I'll invest it. And those shares crashed when the recession came, and I never got to see my money again. I was told, "Whoopsies, we can't give it back to you." So that's that. And I will never.
What money?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Going into the bank, where's my money? What money?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. And like it was just sad because I worked quite a lot for that. I barely spent money that I earned. I used to like work very, very hard, and I was like working way over the legal like hours. Like I was putting in overtime and everything and making money, and I fucking lost it. If I had fucking 10,000 back then, I could have had either a nice like car, or I could have had nice clothes and stuff like that. Fucking, I would have made so much of a luxury life of myself. But shit happens, as they say. Shit really, really happens.
And now you're an accountant.
Yeah, no, that I did a good. Like, I'm thankful I didn't do IT. Otherwise, I would be fucked with the way Indians are over here taking all the IT jobs. Not even like immigrants can get it. Like the other immigrants from other countries or Irish people, there's so much competition because Indians are somehow smart in IT. It's very shocking to see. But yeah, they go like, "Oh, sir, why did you redeem it? But why, sir, why did you redeem the gift card?" Oh,
So,
this is a,
so Ivy, let me get this straight. You are an actual accountant, right?
yeah, but I'm not fully qualified. I still have four papers left to go.
And what age will you be when you qualify?
I think could be with the way my job is and stuff and the workload, I could be 31, 32 beforehand. Um, so, but I'm trying as well. I have like my parents are supporting me in a way that they want me to open my own firm. So they're willing to give me a good chunk of the money so I can sort of try and start up my own firm. So I'm in the process of looking at that to see because apparently the bank don't want to give a loan out for someone to buy out a business. I said that's like discrimination. I
Eddie,
said,
I've always spoken up for you. Thought you were a great dude.
sorry about that, Boots. I like I went to Bank of Ireland in AIB this week, and I had a very intense meeting. I went to the head offices in Sandyford, and they said, "Oh, you're very young. Have you done your workings and stuff?" Yeah, I said, "Here's my laptop. I'll show you the workings." I printed everything off. I fucking forecasted 10 years worth of cash flows. I showed my income. I showed my proof of funds and everything. And they said, "Oh, we're sorry, but we cannot give it to you." I said, "Is that because I'm Irish or I'm not black?" I said, "If it was someone from another country, I said you would be, you'd be like, oh yeah, giddy up, come on, sit on the saddle. We'll give you your money for the business." But no, they don't
Did
want
he
to
let
give
you
the
get
Irish.
that man back his money?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Really, that happened to
Take
you?
him
Yeah.
back his money.
Yeah, no, it happened. They said we're not going to give you the funds to start up. I said it'll be a very successful business. I said I'm not that stupid that I'm coming looking for a loan and trying to what do you call it fly off with your money. I said I'm back here to make a living. I said I've done my forecasting of the cash flows. I said I have all my tax affairs and everything up to date. I said I haven't been convicted of anything yet. So I said, why can't you give it? So let's see. I might have to do a bank heist. That's what
If you look,
happened. But
if you're looking for investment, there's a place, a link called Trigger Podcast.
Now, honest to God, it's the best you can get. You wrote that
oh.
money too. You kept safe and sound.
All you do is you put it into buy me a coffee and happy days. It'll come back to you in tenfold.
Exactly.
Alan will be
Exactly.
grateful.
Uh, did you guys ever hear? Because I've been going back over old videos of crime that happened in Ireland, and apparently people used to fucking go through tunnels and try set off bank alarms and stuff, and they would get caught. People would rob trains for cigarettes and stuff. Like back in the days, like Irish were like we were like ruthless, and you don't hear about anything like that anymore. I'd say we've all gone soft in the head and stuff.
Jono, his name is Ibby, Ibby, not Gibby.
So back in the 60s, they had the chains gangs, didn't they? The Boyga
Uh,
gang, the chain gangs.
Not even that, like people would rob walls, they would rob houses, sheds. Like I don't know what was going through people's minds back then. Like imagine like being able to have shotguns going robbing banks and stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't talk about really things like that, Ibby. It's a bit too much for the channel.
Oh sorry, I
But
apologize.
we
I
we get
apologize. Sorry, it's not the other app. I
no.
apologize.
It's all right. We understand we're trying to talk about Dublin history, but just to
Yeah,
let you know, back then you could walk into places and you could get money. Nowadays you can't do that because you don't have any money in them.
yeah,
It's all
no,
digital. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's not really worth doing anymore. But plus the security difference to now from then is completely different.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But like, see the way you wanted to say you wanted to open a business here in Ireland.
Yeah.
Why would you not like choose to open a business back home in Pakistan?
Economy over there is bad. So what my plan was, I would open the accounting firm, have 3 or 4 Irish people working here for me, and I would open a back office then there and have cheap labor, pay 100 or 200 euros a month to people to work.
Jesus, you have it well planned out, don't you?
That Giddy, I'm not gonna lie, and like in Pakistan, I was like living off my parents' money as well because I wasn't able to fucking live with that salary, and it was hard getting a job there, a good paying job, even in a private sector. Like I'm able to buy my own cars and stuff over here, which is good. In Pakistan, I had to like take my dad ended up buying me my own first car. I ended up whatever outings I used to go on. I used to have like live on my parents' money because like was so hard over there to get a good paying job. Like I'm not going to even lie. You would need to have a comfortable life, even if you say in the equivalent of euros, you would need, I'd say, about a good 4 or 5 thousand euros to live over there, paying your rent, electricity bill, fuel expenses, um, going out shopping. Like shopping over there for a family of say 5 people, you're looking at 1,000 euros just for shopping, including your meat. Like that's how high the inflation is over there at this point.
So let me get this straight. You can I have people that I know that's from over there, and even in Kashmir, I know Kashmir is totally different to you.
Yeah,
Uh, but what I'm saying is, you can buy like instead of buying a 3 bedroom house, you can buy like a big 10, 15 bedroom house
yeah,
over there
yeah.
for
No,
very little money.
and my dad, like we had a house over there, and we ended up selling it off because before we moved over here, property was cheap. So we built a big house, and I actually had the opportunity to enjoy the luxury of living in it like a mansion style house because like the way over there you don't need planning permission. You can buy
Hey,
land.
you're taking the fucking piss now, aren't you?
I'm not like Boots. If you say, let's suppose you have 100,000 euros, you can buy, I think, 20 acres, 30 acres of land. You can build a fucking big, huge boundary wall, and you can have like whatever you want in there. You could have your houses in there. You could have your sheds there. Everything. You could have fucking animal
Well,
farms and your
100
own
grand
house.
over here
Everything.
probably get you to the next Thursday.
Oh, sorry, what were we saying?
100 grand over here probably get you to the next Thursday. You probably get a couple of bills out of the way, fill up the car, job done.
Oh, yep. No doubt about that.
We got a wee
Um,
shop in with it too.
but over there, I will say one thing is it's very hard to afford a car.
Where from? Pakistan.
Yeah, like for example, a Toyota Corolla over there would cost you like I'd say near enough to like 45, 50,000 for a second-hand one, and a new one is like 80, 90,000. Like that's how mad it is. For example,
Euros.
yeah, in euros I'm talking.
How
Just
much did he
because
give
the
you for an A4? Asking for the friend.
A4, how much is it over here? And I'll be able to tell you how much it is over there.
But there
About
you
three
go.
and a half grand.
White bread in Pakistan is 52 cents.
3.5 grand, so it would be about 25 over there to buy.
Three and a
So
half grand is 52 cents.
it's 52 cents for a loaf of bread. You can get a loaf of bread over here for 52 cents.
No, it's not
Unless
52
it's
cents
rock
for a
hard,
loaf of.
left on the
It's
shelf for a
about
couple of weeks.
it's about 3, 4 euros for bread there. Eggs are expensive, milk is expensive, everything is fucking. But in saying that, there's a reason why, because our government is corrupt. They've fucking stolen all the money out, and the reserves there are on a very low. And
I'm here, John.
and there's a reason why we haven't declared bankruptcy, because, and I'm going to say it, I know we're going off topic, but with the way the war is going on, Pakistan has so many nukes at the moment, non-active, active. It's a nuclear country. People will go there and claim their debts. They'll be like, okay, we'll take the airport, we'll take the nukes, we'll take the army, everything. That's why Pakistan hasn't declared bankruptcy yet, because if they do, that's it. Their nuclear weapons are gone. Like
Jesus.
it's a very, like they have more nukes than India. I told Indian guy here, we were having a debate, and I said, God forbid India and Pakistan went to a nuclear war. I said India would be underwater. I said Pakistan would still have some part of it standing and some people alive, but I said your country will be underwater with the way things are. And he agreed with me, and like that, he said it's all about having like these nukes and missiles. He said otherwise your country is toast. But
Who
no.
fights with Kashmir? Who's fighting about Kashmir?
So, India and Pakistan both are fighting. I really don't know much about the history on that, but like, all I'll say is that it needs to like be settled down. Like, it'll always be occupied the way it is. There's um what's happening with Imran Khan. He's in jail sadly because his best friend, who was the current prime minister, betrayed him and put fake cases against him. He took his revenge by putting them all in jail, being able to prove that they stole the money. They have properties in London linked to Pakistani taxpayers' money, and because of that, he was able to prove them guilty. He got thrown in jail. I'll give you an example of how dumb these corrupt prime ministers are over there. There's a his daughter, Mariam. She was gifted a BMW X5, and she was gifted some Mercedes S Class by someone. She never declared it. And when she was asked, "Oh, here's your picture and your Mercedes and BMW," she's like, What BMW? What Mercedes?" Fucking playing the, what do you call it? Innocent person. Like that's how fucking corrupt the people are over there.
I know
And
how
like,
corruption works over there. So I don't know whether you know this because you're quite young.
yeah, go
But
ahead.
in the UK, back say 20 odd years ago, just so people can understand here, yeah, people from Pakistan used to send their elders forced on the plane, okay, and they bring opium, pure opium with them, and that's where they start off with making a lot of money within the UK to buy property, buy shops, buy all sorts. Obviously, I got copped onto it after a period of time because opium is so easy to come by in Pakistan.
Yeah, no, I won't disagree with you there. Like, if you look, for example, in the UK, like, there's a part of Kashmir that immigrated there, and it's all taken over by them. Like, I think you've probably know it, Bradford. It's literally full
Yeah,
of Mirpuris, Kashmiris, because back then, like, they had money in Pakistan, but because things were cheap in the UK, They bought up. Scott Broomhead, you want to know my salary? I'm on 65K a year at the moment, and I've worked hard to get to where I am. And I have no shame in people arguing with me or saying I'm stealing their jobs. I've worked hard to where I am. I have so much experience and I work hard. I bring so much fees into my company that I'm given the most amount of production. I do over 100 income tax returns a month, and I do over 10 company sets of accounts, and that's including meeting the client and
Gibby,
having the
really
report signed.
fucking tells me you're the fucking sting.
What do you mean?
You're up here talking about finances, money. Like you're
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
public platform. You do realise that, don't you? And you're out in what you do. It's a
What do
dark
you
world
mean?
out there, and you're just putting yourself on a pedestal.
Oh, I know, but I'm too innocent for this world. I'm so
You're going to
innocent.
tell the world you're an accountant and tell them what you're doing and what you're involved in. Like you're giving every detail out. That's why I said you sound like a sting. It sounds like you're probably working for the guards or something and seeing if somebody comes along and then you know
Well,
how
there
Liddy
was a.
Doan is going to be a private detective around Pakistan.
Oh, wait a minute. I just want to adjust. There was one comment here. It
The
was a really.
Pakistani James Bond.
Story, Kaz,
Yeah,
but
no,
what
there's
story
no
you?
such thing as employee agreement.
0077.
I'm only messing with you.
No worries, no worries. Let's show this. Let's show this comment on stage if it comes up. I want to show a comment on stage. A lady of air
The
says, "Go
assistant
back."
chief accountant.
Are you
The
aware?
this woman here says, "Go back on the boat you came from." Girl, I was born here. My mom is Irish. She's from Palmerstown. You get me? So you cannot say to me to get back on the boat I came from. But if you want to gift me a boat, I don't mind. I'll take it as a gift and I'll sail in the
Yeah, put
ocean.
that in. You can give them out. Look about a fishing boat.
Oh, a Pakistani
Well,
phoned
you
me
can
to
buy
the
a
US.
fucking yacht by the sounds of you. And anyways, that's why I
Oh
To be
my,
said,
fair,
oh my God.
he has. Ibby, you have the Irish wit about you and the Irish laughter about you.
Garda Eddie. It even
This guy.
rhymes.
This guy says to me, a Pakistani phoned me about my car extended warranty. That's not us, that's the Indians. They go like, hello, sir, this is Alex Johnson. Yeah, I'm calling you about your extended car warranty. And then you have, oh, my name is Andrew Parker or something. I want to give you 10,000 euros. My name is, I'm from Ireland, this and that. And then the woman goes like, oh, I want to sing you a song and send my pictures. Give me your email address. My email address is Gurvinder. Gurvinder is an Indian name. So just remember that us Pakistanis, when we want to scam, we won't scam. Like, I'm not saying I'm Pakistani, like, but when sorry, Bush, I just want to say something. When Pakistanis scam, they won't like message you or call you. They'll straight away take money out of the account. That's what they do. They're oh my God. Finn said he wants £100.
Be
I
held
don't.
from here, Eddie. Beware.
Sorry, Boots, what did you say? I
He's on
can't hear
about his
you.
dogs, Ibby.
No worries. Some guy said, "Could I send him £100?" Listen, sorry, Finn, but you're not a girl. If you are a girl and you wanted to go out and be my girlfriend and stuff,
It's
obviously
not you, like.
I could give you a nice relationship and treat you nicely, but you're not a girl, so I'm sorry to hurt your feelings.
Would you go with an Ukrainian girl?
Um, Depends on what sort of like girl she is and if she has a job. If she doesn't, then no. Otherwise, she has to be the house cleaner and she has to
Say,
agree to terms. I, I, I,
Maybe.
I'm not even joking. I would make a Ukrainian girl sign a prenup if I had to marry one because I wouldn't trust them.
Ivy, can I ask you a question, Ivy?
Yeah.
What year did you move out? What age were you when you moved out of your first estate?
Um, I think I was like maybe 3.
Did your parents not tell you what estate you used to live in?
No, and I wouldn't say anything bad about like the likes of Tala, Darndale, or Kulak because I wouldn't want those people coming after me for just talking about them. Oh, so to be fair,
Nobody come after you. No, nobody come after you at all. It'd be just it's the way that you moved around. That's what I think people are interested in. Uh,
oh
Being so young, and then you move from here to there to everywhere.
yeah, no, I've moved around. We've moved around quite a lot here, but can I actually say since we were talking about it, I want to like the way things were cheap back in the 90s. My dad was telling me this story a few days ago. Back then, like like they worked hard, so they had two houses. But before they got a second house, there was a very good opportunity. The time I think it used to be what station was Circle K before they came in Topaz,
So,
right?
so
Yeah, yeah. Those gas stations were going for I'd say 300,000 back in the days, and my dad says that he regrets not buying it because he said it's that um if he had bought it, then like wouldn't be working. So,
if he had bought it, if he would have been bankrupt now because our government sold all their oil to Norway.
but I suppose that as well. Like it was a good job in a way. Yeah, we got saved somehow in a way then as well. Jono, the Pakistani Irish travelers. Oh, fucking
I
brilliant.
still think he's a guard of Evie.
Oh, yeah, Robert.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
not a
Robert.
Garda. If I was a Garda,
That's
I would.
what that's what an undercover guard would say.
What? Who? Me or the other
That
guy, Big Jono?
they'd say that they're not an undercover guard.
But you see, if I was, I would like
It defines the
ensure.
whole purpose of being undercover.
I would ensure there's no crime or anything. Everyone be arrested. They would be locked up in Ibis prison.
Evie, I
Oh.
can only imagine you in your white suit.
Oh, curry coffee queer. I'm not a curry coffee queer. Oh my god.
All chained to the wall.
Oh,
Who put that?
I don't know. Some guy put it. Oh,
Julie.
I have to say
You re-
this is much more fun than the lives on TikTok.
yeah, well, you don't have to take abuse. You can give it back as well.
Sorry, what were we saying?
You
Well,
can give
your mother is like fucking Dublin 8, isn't it? That Dublin 8?
huh?
No,
Right?
Parmastown. What's Parmastown?
Dublin
Uh,
20.
Oh, 20, is it?
Yeah, well, it comes. It's I think a small bit past or small bit back from Liffey Valley. So it's like it comes in between. I'd say Palmerstown falls in Dublin 20, but I'd say it's in between the likes of Clondalkin and Dublin 20 itself because they're not too far from each other, in my opinion.
it's
Like,
between Dublin 22 and Dublin 10.
yeah,
Yeah, well, that's the value.
Yeah,
More or less playing value, isn't it?
it should
yeah.
be one place. Yeah, you just
Like
made
Luke,
Paris down a bit pox.
like they say, if you see, like for example, Adamstown and Lucan and stuff, these are all considered separate towns, but they fall under Clondalkin when you look at it.
That's it. Like Tallaght is one of the biggest council estates in Europe, in it, as far as I know.
But
Yeah,
Tala itself
they're
is
going to name it. They're the Salmon City, didn't it? Weren't they at one stage?
but Tala
Yeah,
is so big, it's becoming like another city. If you think about it, it could become another city, like with the
been
size of
like
it.
that for years. It'd be
You know that for years, yeah.
Remember fucking Tala when it was farm?
Yeah.
No, literally, I remember years ago, like back in fucking the early 80s.
and now it's Beirut.
Cycling down to the village would be that. Like there was still farmhouses going down the whole road.
It's all posh now, though, in parts of it now, isn't it?
There's all big fucking gatekeepers' houses and fucking up beside the Jobstown house. There was a house there with a moat going around it. But all them houses all like seem to have gotten abandoned. So when we were growing up, like you could go into them and all. Like up at Kiltalon House, and you go in there. It was all big stables at the back and like a big manor house. You know, you want to say, oh, this was all just abandoned. I was like that for fucking years. Like even
And now you got
the gatekeeper's house, there's one big house left up there. Do you know what I mean? Now, obviously, I've killed the long house.
yeah, and anybody fancy a nice drink, go to the Jobstown House. It's lovely. That posh.
No, it's actually, you know what? I believe it's actually, it's still well, maybe.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Probably not as many people getting bored or battered in it.
no, it's not like that. It's also like even like the management is like it's an establishment. Like they go back fucking like like generations. But the outfit, but he bought it off. Oh, it was, he paid 15 grand for it, and then he was back in the day. And they've ran that pub like ever since. So like they're not tolerant of people going in, like starting trouble. Like they get rid of them straight away. Like it's a well respected pub.
So trenches.
How are you 420? What's the story?
In its own as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
What?
I can.
I seen the write up about features that went up. So far, and I went over a fucking point.
Yeah.
I just want to address a comment. Someone commented, "Oh, be careful! I could be screenshotting things for hate speech." Lady of Air 2,
That's why we call him Garda Ibby.
if I wanted to sue you for hate speech, I could sue you right now if I wanted to. I know many, many lawyers. I could pay tons of money and I could sue you. I'm not that type of person. I back from my country.
And you
I may
see,
have brown
this
skin.
Ibby, you're talking about having hands there and a big side of the law. And
No,
then you say you ain't no
I can
guard. You said you know a load of
no
solicitors. And that's very
I'm not,
that's very concerning when somebody can actually say that to you. And like if you mean it, like that's fucking. Be very careful what we do say.
no,
You
I will
know, it can be
if some
used against you in a court of
if she
law.
wants, so sorry, Boots, if she commented something stupid and I earn enough that I can actually sue for hate speech, but I'm not the type of person. I don't need to live off this country's money. I'm earning enough and I'm proud of what I'm earning. And if I ever needed money because I would be jobless, I would rather like beg or go on the dole than sue someone for hate speech or try and sue someone for a crime. It's stupid the way people think they can make money for suing for hate crime. I can take many, many people's names, but because we're not on TikTok, I'm not going to do that here. But yeah, if you go on TikTok, you'll see there's many, many people there that you can comment that and they can sue you. So go ahead.
Yeah, come on, though. If you're gonna come online, you're gonna talk and like if something gets said back to you, just you're gonna have to take it on the chin. You know, there's an awful lot of things getting said around social media, maybe. Like, we're only
Yeah.
really transitioning into from Facebook the way that was. Like, first of all, we were sending text messages, then I went to Bieber with pictures, and then Facebook, and then fucking Drain Talk.
Yeah.
Your life takes away.
Yeah, not to be
I thought
honest,
I couldn't go
it's
beyond on TikTok. I realised 3 fucking years now.
It's bad, isn't it? When you look back.
Yeah. He really gave it. Do you know what? How ironic he gave it that name. How fucking ironic, like TikTok. Your life
Yeah.
goes TikTok all the way fucking past it.
Can't do without it though, can you? You have to look at it every morning.
I'm fucking telling you. But that's what I'm saying. It's becoming part, like, and if you even listen to the algorithm, the way it's changing the way you talk. Like, well, on the news there a while ago, they were talking about unalivement. Like, years ago, it would be murder or, actually using the term unalivement.
Yeah, I
And that's
know.
what you have to say instead of getting murdered or killed on TikTok. So they're
And
actually
you can't
using
get that.
TikTok chat now on fucking normal fucking media. The
The
MSN.
kids, yeah, the kids are turning into Yanks, talking American,
Yeah.
and adults are turning into TikTok fucking. When you're talking about somebody, your man down the road was on a live there the other day, and you thought, no, he was fucking murdered. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
when your mom called you years ago, she said, "Get up here, I'll fucking slaughter you."
yeah,
It's,
um
it's not my cup of tea anymore. No, and I
But
used
like
to
that
be
was our
till I
slang. Do you know
got
what I mean?
banned.
That's the way we spoke. Like it might have
I don't
sounded
care.
fucking. rough or whatever, but it was just the way you bleeding spoke. So it
Mousy,
was the slang. Like, you go to
Mousy,
court, like, that language is a fucking slang to you.
Mousy, you indulge in it. You love it.
I don't get into those boxes, man. Fucking bleeding it.
You love
Every
Angelo.
other
You love Angelo.
muppet.
You love
Nah,
Angelo.
man, I can't hack it.
Oh, here
I
was it. You
Can't
hear
hack
him,
all that screaming and shouting.
after
can
what
I
he done, after all the lives he done, and the amount of people that he put down and all, you know, listening to him crumble the other day was just like, you know, normally at same age you'd feel sorry for someone getting like docs like that. But like
he
him,
he
after what he
he
done, what he said, all the lives he had, the whole lot.
he faked everything, and it's an absolute disgrace. But I just want to
He
address
did,
people
but
in the
he
comments.
said it better before he said it to us.
Yeah, no,
He
and
said he was actually like he was setting us up and fucking like coming in and spreading, like
Yeah,
literally
but
coming in
that's what they're
on
looking
bank
for.
pages.
They're looking for bait. You know, this is what I was saying to Giddy today. They're looking for bait and they're distracting people from what's really going on in this country. You know, people are getting
Yeah,
distracted and they're on TikTok, they're making lives and they're trying to get at each other, they're trying to dox each other's addresses and real names and stuff like that. And
yeah.
the whole distraction of what's going on really out there, what's happening around the country. People are just on
It is.
TikTok arguing about.
Like, turn on each other, do you know what I mean? And fucking let them expose ourselves. That's the agenda. That's like conquer
yeah.
and divide.
I just want to address people that
Somebody
you're
on
going.
TikTok, KO, and you know, he's been calling out this woman on, you're bullying this
TikTok.
woman on TikTok, yeah.
Oh, he called everyone out last night. Did you not see he called people out saying, "Oh, you're a failed dancer as a career. You had to ask Canon for dancing lessons, this and that." People probably know who Canon is, but I just wanted to address people in the comments. Even though the hate speech law is not in place, people can still sue. I am not the type of person to sue, but for racial slurs or anything, you can call me a curry muncher all you like and stuff. But if you want to go on and say the sort of hateful things, I don't mind suing you. I don't mind getting a little extra bob in my pocket just to see wipe that little, the uh, smiley face off you when you'll have your sad
Well,
face.
Eddie,
But
let me
please,
tell you, if you ever bring me to court, you won't be the one smiling walking out because I ain't got no fucking money.
I know, like I've reasoned with everyone on TikTok. Like before, I used to fight with everyone, but I've managed to explain to them. Like I've managed to explain my point of view on my own religion and sort of explain to people to come. Otherwise, I used to get attacked on that app, and it's nice to see that people have actually started to understand me and sort of understand this perspective of like even the Pakistanis and Muslims coming in and stuff. I managed to explain it to them all. So I have no issue with people like throwing sort of slurs, but if people wants to insult me, then you better be prepared to have those monies. Yeah, monies. Or how do you say it? There was a girl on TikTok, she was saying it today in the live. Oh, I'm gonna sue you guys all. Nyeh, nyeh. Fucking bitch. Can we say bad words on this or will YouTube take it down?
No, you can say bad words, but not too
To
many bad
quote
words.
Sylvester Stallone and Rocky, sue me for what?
But yeah, no, TikTok has been getting very, very toxic. People are like, Giddy, were you on there today? I think, oh no, I don't want to say it because people will go into your profile then. I don't want them going on the other profile you had.
No,
Um,
everybody knows my profile. Everybody in here knows who I am anyway.
no, that
Uh,
Ireland for air or something profile, I think you had a
Inside
green
Ireland.
cover. Yeah, no, that, yeah, they muted me because I had Saoirse's picture on a fake profile.
Yeah,
What?
no, I went in. But like I say, like you say, maybe it's toxic. Uh,
They they manipulate like saying words like if you go on and say, "Oh, you threatened that I wanted to me to go unalive myself," and then when you say something, they're like, "Oh, he attacked me. He's like this and that, this and that." Like they attack.
Oh, that's like Mustache. You'd be very fucking careful what you say around that woman. She'll
Yeah,
try
and
twist anything you fucking say.
yeah, that man and everything, and they brought everyone up today, and they insulted everyone that they hadn't talked about today. I don't think you guys joined in during the afternoon. I got a call, and I'm like, "Go check the TikTok live out. Where's your TikTok account gone?" I said I had to deactivate it for a bit, but um, shit went down there today. He literally cracked, and I know who, by the way, who doxed that our friend that Angelo keeps bragging on the live because I was in the live and I know the person. I have a screenshot of that person saying, "Oh, I can give you her full name, this and that, her full information." I think to see if I can find that screen recording. I messaged her though to say I got someone to message her anyway to say who it was, but I know who's doing this. It's all about people because people are becoming more popular than the other. That's all this is. And Angelo,
This sounds
and
like a Bollywood film plot. I know what you did 2 months ago.
who said
Uh,
that?
Ibby, can you do me a favour? Can you send that message over to me where Angelo is and what his real name is?
Which can me,
Uh,
Robert,
yeah, yeah, no,
same example of
once I find that screen recording, I'll send it over to you. Not to worry. I just need to
Uh,
find it
like,
because
does that have his address on his, what do you call it, his name on it?
I need to just check the screen recording. I can check it. If I still have it, I'll send it over to you because I've been trying to screen record stuff on a daily basis. So I just need to go through everything and see. But I'll check and let you know because it'll be nice to sort of fucking sort him out at this point.
He's very rude and he's haunting a lot of people's feelings.
And you know what he said? He's going on, like, and yeah, he said, oh, like when he lost his job, and he said, oh, or not lost his job, the disciplinary got cancelled. He's like, oh, they're cancelling the meeting now, and they're going to involve the guards, this and that, because I was targeted online. If you're fucking involving the guards, why are you going on and on then about the shit?
Exactly, because he's lying. He knows that there's nothing that can be done about it because he probably went to the guards and the guards told him to go away. You know, a couple of
I'm
stop
actually,
form
I'm
there.
actually, Katie, I'm actually watching Ibby Part 2 here.
What do you
Ibby
mean?
part two.
Or I mean, The Accountant Part 2.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
what's this film?
It's a
Did you watch
movie.
that movie, The Accountant?
No, I never seen
It's
it
a,
now.
it's a
Oh,
nice
watch
movie.
it, man. Part 2 became out.
I watched the two of them already.
It's the flick that's in it. Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
You're the
no.
bomb is from you.
What time is it now,
So,
9?
It's almost
49.
9 o'clock.
for the nine.
But fair play, this podcast, I have to say, it's
Coming to
nice.
an end, is
Yeah.
it?
And it'll be hanging up the ghost.
Gotta be sued now for copyrights. Ibby, we need some of them solicitors.
Sorry, what were we saying?
So what we will say is, guys, I'm going to say this because it's coming to the end of the show. And as you know, Sunday the 22nd, is it 2:30 up at the Garden of Remembrance? Or you can go on Saturday night and you can pitch a tent and stay there until the next day. It's up to yourself. Cause havoc. If you have a big car or truck or anything like that, you can hold up the keys and
Probably big.
put it to a standstill. All happy.
I don't know if I'll be driving for too long. I have 6 penalty points, and because I only got my license recently, so one more point and I'm off the road.
You're going to slow down then.
Yeah, no,
How am
but
how am I repeating?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm repeating. 2 p.m. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, we'll be coming on live on Mousy. I think is going on Derek Mousy, right? I'll be going on Trigger Podcast on the actual TikTok one. We
Now?
might put this one up. No, this is on Sunday. I'll just explain to people because we close down in 10 minutes or so.
Gotcha. Will you be at the Garden of Remembrance on Sunday?
110%.
Is it in Dublin?
It is.
I might come then, it'll be fun. Boots, you'll be there?
Oh, we'll be
Who?
there.
Yeah, no, I'll come in then.
So,
Be there.
yeah, so meeting up a good few of the boys there anyway that are meeting up there. The usual crowd, the usual faces are turning up there as well. So
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I might come. Then it'll be fun.
It will be. There'll be about 100,000 or more people there on Sunday.
And how do they expect us to be able to walk around freely? Then it'll be
Yeah, you will
crowded.
be.
That's
Able
it,
to,
Bridget. Bring all
we
your
hold up
family
the
and friends.
traffic. Hold up the
Okay.
traffic. Close down the city and make our way down to the Keys. And they got a decent PA system, believe me, this time. So hopefully we'll be able to hear everything that's being said.
That's nice. It'll be nice.
At least he tries, Sean. There's nothing wrong with that.
Are we steady?
He's actually quite a nice guy, believe it or not. Everybody in the comments, as he took it all there on his chin, everything that was said to him. So, you know, credit where credit's due.
Um,
He'll
it'll be.
fly Indian flag, he will.
I know I'm going to get a flag.
You need to get a big, massive tricolour.
Yeah, no, I'll get it.
We'll be live anyway, folks. See you on Sunday, 2 p.m. on the button. I'll be live.
Okay, yeah.
I'll probably be earlier. I don't know. I'm not sure what
How
the
is that
story is.
music?
If you want around earlier, anyway. Who's trying to? Get out, John. See you in there
That's fucking
Sunday.
loud, man.
Is anybody else going in? Looking for the numbers. See what numbers are going in the comments. What the fuck is this?
Who's playing that?
Dudes.
Are you playing that, Mousy?
That's dudes.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
It's coming to the end of the show, music.
How you ending? How are you?
Everybody's turning up. Everybody in the whole chat is turning up. If you can't get
I'll be
back on
there
the
in
live
a little shit.
on next Thursday, you know why? Because you didn't turn up.
That's
Yeah,
it,
but
420. Try get in there early now because the lefties be lining up and now they won't know. You put your face mask up, man. They won't know who you are. Like the
And they
last
haven't
time
counter protest, any.
I would say more than likely, man. Yeah, more than likely.
all of it's in Dublin city centre, yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Fucking, I guarantee Iron Lungs will turn up. Oh, they're not fucking whistle.
Yeah, Sean.
Wearing lungs. Fucking hell. No, the thing is, I think that everybody that goes there on the Sunday should just go into the pound shop, buy themselves a whistle or a fucking air horn or a foghorn or something. Yeah.
Well,
And
Get
hey,
there
if
absolutely.
early.
you're going to be joining him a fucking Iron Lungs, she stands there whistling all day. How the
We'll get,
fuck would somebody blow a whistle that long? That's not human.
yeah,
No,
I got
they know
one.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's probably a fucking robot.
But it fucking was there, like, outside the Leinster house that time. The thing was there, like, blowing that whistle from the start. And then she ended up on the ground and she's still fucking doing it. Even the guards and all were really pissed off. They were looking off and saying, holy Jesus.
Dame Street, the black lad from Tallaght organised it. Huh?
A black lad from Tallaght organised a counter protest, lady, is it?
Dame Street, the black lad from Tara organised it.
Oh,
People,
fucking, yeah, Sideshow Bob.
people before puberty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, I know him, yeah.
Yeah.
What are they called? But what? Boots.
What's it?
What are they called? But what?
No, boat pirates. Bunch of fucking boat pirates, a lot of them.
Oh, stop, man. I heard you say that first on the live, man. I couldn't stop bleeding after me off. Fucking book for it. Never heard it
Sideshow
before.
Bob is, well, obviously you know who the black fella is. PDF files before profit. Yeah, you're right.
Wave the
Have you
megaphone,
seen
yeah.
some of the shit that's gone up about these people, like people before profit? Just a quick note before we do go.
That's his name,
Uh,
Eddie Ray. 100% Dad.
Oh, they
what's it
totally
called
tricked the
again?
people there the last one. You know, with the water charges that time. They literally tricked them, and then when they got in, the true agenda came out and what they fucking wanted.
Hold on.
You know, they
Belong.
took everything that, you know, what they done was they took everything that we wanted, right? They added it into what they wanted. But because they were speaking out, people voted them in. And then they started all this shit about wanting trans and all to go into schools. No, equal rights for trans, equal rights for a fucking a 3PDO. Call them a minor attracted person and be respectful to them because it's not their fault. Castration. That's what should fucking happen. And like half of these
Right.
fuckers coming into the country now in 2025, like in their countries, they have to dress their women from head to toe.
On a last note, I'm going to put this to you guys. If you look up a thing called Belong To, right? It brings kids in that, like, you know, are a little bit mixed up and confused about what's happening in life and everything else. There's a thing that was put up on TikTok there a while ago where there was a young lad that said he came aware of this Belong To, and people before profit are always at these meetings. And they've even been interested in bringing what they call the 40s to come and see the children and ply them with drink, adults plying them with drink and cigarettes
Yeah.
and all sorts. So this is well documented. So I advise you to all look at this, and this is all to do with people before profit. And I'm
But
not just saying that because
was that a young man that was actually like conned into, you know, getting the full fucking lockdown to be, you know, transition from man to woman, and like they got them in the fucking in to a party, and all the adults and all start turning up, start bringing the things that they, no drugs, drink. Well, sorry, I mean, sorry,
how some
Mousy.
That's
how
grand, yeah.
somebody did, how
You
somebody
can mention
hasn't
that.
got a hold of fucking Stephen Bedford, Paul, is beyond me. Like, that guy is well worth the smile going to court, giving him a broken jaw. Needs it as well. Yeah, I know he's on the streets because the
You look at that
government
thing
wants
there.
him.
You look at what they're advocating for, right? They couldn't give a shit about child marriage or that. And then when you go back a couple of years and you think, who took Greta Thunberg out of school and put her on the world stage? Who put her out there? Who groomed her as a child to come out and say the things that she was coming out? Because she sounded too brainwashed at that time. Even on, she should have been just enjoying her childhood, you
Yeah,
know, and she
before
was
down to
coming out
being
speaking this
autistic.
adult stuff. So somebody groomed her as a fucking child and literally put her out on the world stage.
Yeah, and he said that she was autistic.
Oh, it's fucking hell.
Yeah,
Like
so
even
that
now, like fucking, you already seen there a while ago. She got arrested. One of the ones arrested in Israel. You know, the only one taken fucking hostage, and the only demand was that she left.
fuck's sake, like, and they gave Paul Murphy back twice.
I know, yeah.
Like
You
Paul
still have all
Murphy,
their
I think.
phones, don't they? Still the
Yeah,
phones
I know.
are taken off them.
Like, come here, and I ask you something here, right, on a very serious note. If I popped over into Egypt now and I saw Paul Murphy, they're not going to protect him, are they?
No, but I reckon he got let go. I reckon he got let go on the thing that he was an Irish politician. You know, member of the EU state.
Oh, well, I think that he should have been beheaded.
Yeah, but no matter what way they looked at it, he was still an Irish politician, and they are part of the EU. So if Egypt was to do anything to him, you know, that would have been another thing with the EU then.
They should have just fucking him into jail for a few years. Do you know what they done to your man Keenan? Remember, what was his name?
Yeah, I think Egypt was a little bit too harsh on them, you know. And to be honest with you, like I'm going to be truthful with the lot you say, I think they should have fucking let them cross the border into fucking Gaza. You know,
Yeah, and let
let
the
them go
Israelis
in
deal with him.
and let them and you know let them help the Palestinians. Let them go in and help them, and let them wave their flags over at the Israelis and tell them how bad they are. I think the Egyptian government was too like, too easy going, should I say? And by sending them back, they should have opened up the border and went, "Oh, go on, there you go. There's Gaza. We'll inform your families."
You see what Sean said there? Apparently, Paul Murphy had no phone, but he was able to contact his wife.
Yeah.
And you see his wife, like, the two of them sit over their child that they made together, and they don't know what the sex of the child is.
I wonder whether he was in Egypt and he got arrested. If anybody could get in contact with the Egyptian authorities who arrested him, and did he say he was a father to a son, daughter, or a maybe? That would be quite. That would be a good thing to know, wouldn't it? To see what he identified that child while he was in another country, because that would prove that over here he is doing it as a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
Little
I
pussy
agree with you,
fart.
yeah.
Yeah, he is a pussy fart. And it's not that. It's like, even in real life, he's a pussy fart. He even run away from Kev, and Kev is small.
Yeah, so that's just Sunday, lads, 2 p.m. Everybody be there, be square.
Guys, I can't wait to see us all
Be a bit of
with them
cracking here.
flags and make Ireland proud. Yeah?
And if World War
Thousands and
Three
thousands of
kicks off
flags.
if World War Three kicks off before next week, we want to thank you all for coming in and being part of
Yeah,
the Triggered podcast.
yeah. We'll be holding Trigger
Communication
Podcast.
APS, see you there, yeah.
Trigger
Remember,
Podcast will be held on the top of the
John,
Dublin
same
Mountain
for
for
yourself.
anybody
See you
that
there.
might be lost. Jordan Warfare, that might happen in the next week or so.
Yeah, I got a fallout shelter. We hold a few hundred people, so
Bridget, see you there. A few people.
See you all
Like to
there,
meet there
guys.
that day.
Have a great Friday. Get
Morning,
wasted.
flower.
Get wasted on
See you there.
Saturday. We'll be there fresh on.
good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, nice one, lads, yeah.
Night, everybody. Catch us on the other side, guys.
He's all there, yeah. Are you coming in, Sean, yeah? Yeah, I see you in there, Newlands Flower, yeah. 100%. You coming in, Casper, yeah? I was really trying where I can't really see that last comment for a second. Give me a second, Robert. Somebody else, you closed there. The dollar sign there for this is only a new thing that's popping up. When I click on it, this puts up an ad for YouTube. So I won't even click on it. Those religious flags in America where I think it says wonderful, is it?
I feel wonderful tonight.
Yeah, get it. You have to go to the next one. Limerick. Brilliant.
Limerick in the house. Is Limerick in the house?
There's a few. Jono. I met Jono down in Limerick. He's in the comments there. Jono Crypto.
Yo, Jono. Jono.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's it called?
definitely. Next, that's in Limerick. Definitely pop down to it next time.
Yeah,
I
your
was
man
preoccupied
Shane that
with
came
the
across me. Remember Shane that came across me? 420 was down there in Limerick as well. He came up from
Yeah.
Dublin.
Next one we'll go. We'll have to kidnap Boots and make sure he goes. The Boots gone.
Idea, man. I'm a dog, I live here. Don't forget. That's it, Jono.
Right, listen. Mouse in the house. I'm gonna disappear.
Take care, yeah.
Jono, Paul O'Neill, Lady of Air, Robert, Caspar, Newlands Flower, Sean, True Ireland.
You'll have to get us a good guest now next
And
week.
anybody else. I listen, I'll tell you, Paul, I'll give you a little surprise. I got 14 kids. So I'm outbreeding everything. And that's no joking. That's another time, another story.
So there, Jono. See you all on Sunday. Yuppa. See you there, idiot.
See you later, bro. I'll see you on the other side, yeah?
See you there, Jordan. Jordan, you going, yeah? Sunday. I've seen a couple of your clips down in Cork when you were down in Cork. Didn't see you down there now. Yeah, I see you in there, yeah. And probably the rest of you. See you all later.